Hey everyone! You've landed on the VoiceHacks channel, and today I am going to give you guys what you have been asking for so long. Today's the day. It's the Demolisher reaction, aka the Alex Terrible video. We're finally gonna break down his technique, and I'm gonna talk all about it today. And I'm also gonna talk about a little bit about why it took me so long to do this video. Thanks everybody. Let's take a look. All right, everybody, so this week on the channel, I tried something new. I tried one of these new features called YouTube Shorts. It's actually in beta, so you might have noticed that if you subscribe to the channel, I uploaded like a 16:9 video, a really short 60-second clip, but it really seems to be only available to people in India, actually, and I didn't feel like getting a VPN and testing it out, as though I were in India. If any of you have had any luck with YouTube Shorts or anything, let me know, but it didn't really seem to work for me. It didn't really get a lot of traction, so I'll bring it back once we see more of that. But if you're interested in more short-form content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. For now, I'm definitely going to be making use of those platforms. Also, later this week, look for a video coming on this Rode Vlogger kit. So I'm going to do a little unboxing on this awesome kit that Rode Microphones has sent me. I am super stoked about it, but I just didn't have time to get to it all in one video. So look for the preview and the premiere on that. So why did it take me so long to get to the Demolisher video? You guys have so many comments asking for things about Alex Terrible. Well, quite frankly, it's because I wanted to be a lot more sure about, or at least more confident in my analysis of what's actually going on in his vocals, because he's doing some extremely unique things. And if you're one of my vocal students or clients, I often consult with you guys and get your opinion on different things. And there were several vocal students of mine who are integral in helping me form my opinion of what's going on here. So we're going to talk about all of that today. But let's listen. Let's take a listen to Demolisher first so that you guys know, like, this guy must be amazing. What am I talking about? Yes, we need to hear it. So let's take a listen. Wow, they have 7 million views already. Yes. Sick. Wow. This chorus is amazing. All right, before it starts getting to that breakdown, it's time to get to the nasty breakdown. I want to pause for a second and just talk a little bit about some of the things we're already hearing here. There's so much more going on here. I actually have not checked out this video, again, because you guys, wanted me to give you a reaction, so I'm genuinely reacting today. Although, I can't lie, I subscribe to Alex Terrible. I follow a lot of his stuff. I want to talk a little bit about one of the things that everybody admires and that what really makes Alex Terrible stand out is his lows. So if you've been following the channel, the way that I kind of tell you guys what sounds people are making is through deduction, using science and physics concepts, and also combining it with some of the basic research that exists on what causes some of these phonations. You already know that I've been trying to clear up the terminology and really break everything down into straightforward definitions that you can use to help you start learning how to make these types of vocals, and that make things a lot clearer. So we know that this is one of the two voiceless types of screams. We've got 3 categories on my channel. We've got voiceless screams, fry, and false chord. And we also have voice with distortion, which so far in this song, we're not hearing voice with distortion. Voice with distortion is like singing with it, defined pitches. Hey! Almost a Jamie Josta kind of yelling. This is not what we're hearing here. We're hearing a full distortion sound. Typically, we're choosing between fry with the vocal folds closed and false chord with the vocal folds open. There's this misconception that low vocals are only done with a false chord scream, because it's very popular to do low vocals on a false chord scream. However, myself and several of my students, when I've asked them, what do you think he's doing? What do you hear? And the overwhelming majority of them are feeling the same way I'm doing, which is that this is a vocal cords close technique and is a type of fry technique. In this song, we can really hear that on the highs. There are some amazing highs here that are definitely giving us the clue that this is not a false chord scream. Also, he's able to make smooth transitions from his lowest lows all the way up to his highest highs. And if you have studied with me, you know you might even be able to do the low fry. Low vocals don't always have to be false chord. We can do low vocals with closed vocal cords, and a lot of gutturals and a lot of things in the deathcore and other extreme genres are done with closed vocal cords in a lowered larynx position to create the guttural sound. And Alex Terrible is adding one more thing on top of that. So far, it's a closed vocal cord technique. I'm going to tell you guys the rest, because the rest is the most important part, because it's what sets his vocals apart from every other vocalist on YouTube, pretty much, or in any other metal band, honestly. We're going to talk about that key element that's different from any other fry screamer. Why is it so deep? Why is it so low? We're going to listen to the rest of the song. But before we do that, I want to let you guys know that this video is brought to you by the Coldest Water Bottle. This thing is so badass. I brought it to the studio with me last week when I was doing vocal recordings with Healy and Prime. I am definitely planning on bringing this on tour when we go out again. It's super indestructible, stainless steel water bottle, but most importantly, the cap is insulated, the bottle is insulated, and it keeps your water cold. So if you're in a studio session, it's not like all of a sudden you have lukewarm water, or even if you like to keep water by your bedside and you wake up in the middle of the night and you go to drink it and it's already warm. Not the case with the Coldest Water Bottle. This will keep your water cold for hours. There's actually a free weekly giveaway you can enter where they give away one of these bottles every week. That link is in the description below. And also, if you want to buy one, you can get 10% off by using my promo code VoiceHacks at checkout. So let's check out the rest of this song. We're going to hear that there is a huge difference between the lows and the highs, and I really want you guys to listen for these slides that he does from low to highs. We're about to get to the breakdown here, so let's check it out. I love this breakdown. It's so good. Oh, the pit. Those lows. Wow, freaking epic. He is so talented. What's the other element that I was talking about that he's doing? How are those lows so much lower? Well, the other element, I have to give a shout out to my vocal student, Michael William, and I actually may have mentioned him on a previous video, but we talk a lot about our vocal technique in lessons. And what's cool about Michael is that he's been really curious, so he's not only studied harsh vocals to a great extent with me, but with other vocal coaches, and he's really gone in depth in the subject. We've talked an awful lot about what we think is going on here. And in our last lesson, he said to me, I think I finally figured out what's going on in Alex Terrible's lows and everything. And this is a theory that I've had for a while that this was possible. And again, the only way we'll know for sure is if we ever have a chance to medically observe this and look in a lab. But the vocal folds are not only closed and the larynx is in a lowered position. We hear a lot of rounded vowels on the lows. One of the things that would add to this, we believe that there's a vibration going on in the false chords, because remember, they can be flapped around in a normal false chord scream, but they can also be vibrated to create almost a pitch like a throat singer. I believe he's causing vibrations in his cartilages around here that we loosely group together and call the false chords, at the same time as he's doing a low fry scream with the larynx in a low position. So this is why it sounds so unusually deep, because he's creating some harmonics that you really can't create. Even in a normal low fry, a lot of gutturals are sort of absent of this particular tone. Even if they're deep, they don't quite sound like Alex Terrible. Let's keep listening to the lows. I hope you can hear what I'm talking about. Oh, a wall of death! Oh, I love that. I love when people do like this. Oh, I have a feeling something crazy is gonna go down. That's what I was talking about. Yes! That's what I was talking about. Right when I was talking about the lows, he gave us the demonstration. Those were the ones that would have the vibration. Actually, I think a lot of the rest of his sounds do not involve that false chord vibration. So... this ending is unbelievable. Sick. Oh my God, it's so good. How cool. This is so badass. Even though there's a lot of studio layering in this song, which is totally the norm and standard with professional recordings of metal bands with harsh vocals, is to layer the screams. It's not to compensate. If you guys follow Alex Terrible, you see him raw on Instagram doing these things. He certainly doesn't need the layering. It's a mixing technique. That low guttural on that gnarly breakdown there was definitely what I was talking about. A closed chord vocal technique, larynx lowered with also false chord vibrations. I would not attempt doing that, guys, because it is really hard to get into. Also, you could end up doing something wrong. A lot of folks are just lucky and stumble naturally upon to correct sounds because then it doesn't make them hoarse or whatever. They're able to repeat the sound. The person making these sounds might not also be aware of how they're getting the sound, you know? We don't have a lot of tactile nerve endings in here, so in their mind, they're just sending a sound command, an abstract command to that area to repeat that sound. If you want to start getting into low fries, if you can already do a full fry scream, you want to be rounding the vowels, using U shapes, R shapes to get it to go lower naturally. I don't try to consciously pull your larynx down. There's vowel shapes. You notice all his vowels are rounded. Thanks, everybody. If you are looking for lessons on harsh vocals and you want to learn some of these techniques to get the fry lower, I can teach them to you. I do lessons on Zoom for people in over 40 countries all over the world. Please click the link in the description. It's actually much faster than emailing me. It's a direct link to my booking portal. You can look at openings in your own time zone worldwide and get your lessons set up. And then if you have any questions, you can email me. But I also have some pretty detailed intake forms on the website where I get to know all the styles that you're interested in, and you get to answer most of the basic questions that I would have before you begin lessons. So check the website out, because if you're waiting for an email reply from me, sometimes I'm not able to get back as soon as I would like to, and you could already have your lessons booked if you go through the link below. So thanks, everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're curious, please subscribe to the band and Alex Terrible. We want to keep promoting the artists that we're talking about on this channel. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.